Hello, welcome back. Today I'm watching The Sopranos season 4, episode 13, the finale. And it's funny because always when I'm recording a finale, I feel like it's my birthday or a holiday. I don't know why, but I feel like finales are always that high moment in the road that I'm following with this channel. I'm always so looking forward to them. But also knowing that this is the end of the chapter. Luckily, it's not the finale of the last season because then they make me incredibly sad. So we know that there's more to come, but still, this always feels like a bit the cherry on top. So yeah, I love this season so much and I cannot wait to see what the finale has in store for us. If you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. As always, you can find more episodes over on Patreon already. Early access. I posted edited versions there earlier, but also full-length versions if you like to watch the whole episodes together with me. All right, let's go.
Told you didn't have to come.
Let you drive yourself when you look this bad?
Wow, I would have worded that differently, but good that he came, I guess.
He's out. He looks good.
Wow, okay.
What's your emotional level?
Just the usual. One day runs into the next.
She's lovesick.
Where you going?
Nordstrom's. They're having a sale.
Might be time for a little belt tightening. The bottom line is I'll be losing money every day the Esplanade is shut down.
I spoke to Nicole Lubertazzi. When she and little Carmine stayed at the Hassler last year, he loved it.
It's so weird to me, right? The no sense of finances.
This fucking wallet is tied to the goddamn Esplanade. God damn it!
Why are you yelling at me? John, what'd I do?
Yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect there. I think that's also the consequence of keeping them out of the finances. Like, you cannot not want somebody meddling in the finances whatsoever, and then when it is troublesome, expect them to be understanding, you know, because they don't, because you made it that way.
It's a huge amount of money.
And it's for the family. As the kids get older, it gets harder to keep us all together, but this...
Okay, maybe you can drag me around sick if it's going by a beach
down
house.
at big cookouts,
Or lake
jet
house.
ski.
Can I ask you why they're selling? My husband said if we can get it.
There is a buyer already. In fact, the house is sold.
Oh, God.
I know the owner, Alan. He lives just next door here. He's an attorney.
Yeah, he would love to live next to an attorney.
You've communicated that you feel that you're unable to come to a unanimous verdict in this case. I'm going to ask you to go back in there and reason with each other and apply the law and come back in here with a verdict.
It's so weird though, because if you have a hung jury, I can imagine that if you're really set on a certain thing, you're not gonna change your mind. Like, is it fair to compromise into unanimity?
Dinner served! Finish late?
Couldn't.
He set the table.
Motherfucking goddamn orange peel beef.
You have to go through the order while they're still here.
What good does that do? You still gotta go get it and come back again.
That's frustrating. I'm saying that while I live in an area we cannot even get takeout, so I don't even remember what that's like.
So what, no fucking ZD now?
Hey!
You're fined $3 for the F word.
I heard Dad say mother F when I was coming down the stairs.
He's fined too.
She's gonna earn some cash here.
Waterfront property. In that area, we probably wouldn't get hurt as an investment.
It's so dangerous to fall in love with a property that's not really available.
I know you. If you don't get the place, you'll sulk, and I'll be the wet blanket.
I'll sulk. I was sleeping.
Fair enough.
If you want me to sign off, we probably wouldn't lose money. But if you don't want to go through with it, believe me, that's fine too.
I think the chance of losing money on a property are small, but I think it's more, is it worth it? The payment for how much time you're gonna be there?
More is lost by indecision than by wrong decision. That's all I'm saying.
Is that how she feels about Furio?
Hey, Tone.
Hey, Christopher!
You look fucking great.
Thank you. Thank everybody for forcing me to deal with it, especially Adriana.
Which one of the 12 steps you on now?
The only one I haven't exactly done is go around to all the people I fucked over while I was using it and apologize.
That seems like such a huge step for anyone, even if you have not been through addiction.
Maybe in a couple of cases I'll send flowers or cash.
Cash! Just say sorry. Okay. Very meaningful.
I think a movement from below is not palatable to the other bosses. It's what they fear most. A movement from outside, it's more forgivable.
Oh.
You're smart to have reservations.
I'm gonna pass.
Ooh, he's not gonna like that.
The fuck were you talking about last time? What would it take?
You can smell the desperation.
All claims to my HUD business are irrigated. All future construction projects, 60-40, in my favor. What I'm gonna tell you is for your ears only. We're gonna take out Carmine Lupatazzi.
He's like, Tony, I just got out.
Johnny Sack's gonna go to war, Tom.
No, he's not.
He's in on it.
Remember also how deeply hurt fucking Johnny felt over Carmine. Not backing him on those slurs against Ginny. Carmine never made that right with John.
Yeah, it makes sense that Carmine should think about his people in terms of like what this does to them, that they don't have an income, that they might get scary.
It can never get out who whacked the old fuck.
As if I know what it's like to be a mob boss, you know?
Alan Sappinsley. How are you? So what do you think?
What a massive house.
Because I don't think they're going to qualify for financing, and we gave them this god-awful 90-day escrow.
Wow.
I can do 15 days. Shortest allowable by law.
In Belgium, you get like 2 to 3 weeks to check for financing.
Simply stated, I want the chance to sell to a more qualified buyer.
I don't know how you can get out of this contract without losing a lot of money, but yeah.
Buy this property, I'll make your life a misery. I can tort you into the poorhouse.
Wow, this is very not legal.
Well, think it over.
Yeah, okay. That's why everybody hates people go to law school.
Sure, hi. We did?
Also don't know it to be doctors who don't qualify for financing, in my experience in the housing market.
All right.
Damn, it's huge! This is crazy! How quickly in America, between agreeing to buy and getting the keys, how long is that paperwork time? I do feel like this might be what she needed, since she really tends to fall for the
Good to see a smile on your face.
caretaker financially. They have Toblerone in the fridge.
Tony?
No, this is Anthony.
Is your mother there?
Ma, telephone.
Oh no. No beach house is gonna fix this.
I used to fuck your husband.
Hello?
Or Carmela. I think it's one thing to know
AJ, I got it!
that that's happening, and another thing to get that phone call. She's been having her hands on her stomach a lot.
I'm a piece of shit which the world every morning strains and pushes out of its butt. So if you can, imagine where you're on the pecking order.
Come on.
You call my house again. You ever speak to one of my children again, I will track you down and I will kill you. We have got guns here.
This is horrendous.
You remember my cousin. She was also his mama's caregiver with the one leg. It's so absurd. Why would I make it up?
This is horrendous. In a way, I'm so mad at her because it's like, you have been the other woman and now you're jealous. Imagine what it feels like to be his wife.
What the fuck? Carmela! What are you doing?
Fucking shitbag!
I honestly wonder if she's in danger though. I can imagine that if the wife is pissed off, you're in actual danger if you're gonna mess with the marriage.
What's the matter? Come, what did I do now, huh?
Who did you do now?
Your mother told you what I said to your father about her psoriasis. I was just trying to be honest with her.
You have made a fool of me for years with these whores. Now it's come into our home?
That's a boundary, right? I get her.
Let go of me!
Tony. Oh, I've chills. That kind of upset is really hard to watch.
Oh.
Because she has been putting up with so much, right? But the moment this person is on the phone with your son, I would lose it too.
You've had quite a time on my watch. Preschool assistant, the weightlifter.
At least I never stole from you.
Sorry, this is not the moment.
But you want to hit me, Tony, go ahead.
No.
I didn't do it.
I found your fingernail, Tony. You saw it that day on your night table. I found it and I put it there. I know you saw it.
That...
What? That what?
He's caught, right?
Nothing.
Against the wall. Alright. Oh man, I'm almost crying myself, damn.
You know what I don't understand, Tony? What does she have that I don't have?
It's so sad, right? It's just another snack, right? What they have is that they're not the wife who's there every day.
I want you to leave this house, Tony.
They're different.
Please, I want you to leave me alone.
Oh man. I feel like that hits you so hard, right? That level of hysteria and sadness, I feel like I've only had in past relationships, which is probably why they're past relationships. Because you know that that's like a breaking point. This is not like I'm just upset about something. This is like, I can't anymore.
How about a little sympathy here? What do you got, fucking ice in your veins?
I had ice in my veins on your uncle couch.
Most expensive piece of ass I ever had.
Right. I know what you are thinking, too.
It's none of her business, right? This whole thing.
Take care, Tony. You're a strong guy. You'll be all right.
I'd also be really pissed off that she's the first person he goes to. You have people who can sleep like that with loose blankets, but I also need it tucked in. The moment I can feel air on my feet, I'm like, ugh.
So how's it going with Christopher home? Good. So the wedding's back on?
Oh, God.
We haven't talked about it. He says he isn't sure anymore he'd be a good father after killing my dog.
Yeah, that was just something.
Cifaretto, heard anything there?
Chrissy says he has a pretty serious drug problem, too. May have hit bottom somewheres. Chrissy says he wants to, help get him in recovery when he resurfaces.
Oh, that will be difficult. He's a butterfly now.
Fat guy.
When Christopher was away, I had that asshole calling me every 5 minutes to see if I needed anything.
No. Does Christopher know?
You kidding me? He'd kill him.
Ugh.
Not really. I mean...
Well...
he'd be angry.
This is the only environment where you have to clarify.
Yeah, I think she's thinking of separating.
What you want to do, you want to go around and meet perfunctorily with all the top divorce attorneys in your area. That way, if worst happens, none of them can take her on as a client, conflict of interest.
Oh my God.
But I gotta ask you to find the hotel until you officially take possession. Something happens to you, I'm liable.
Which makes sense, right? If the place burns down and it's not officially theirs yet.
Well, the thing is, in light of it, I was going over it in the shower, and I realized that as much as I want this place, now is not the time for me to be buying a house.
Wow, you just slept in there.
Just want to get my deposit back, and I'll get out of your life.
I don't want to be insensitive with what you've got on your plate, but we have a signed contract.
Alan.
No, baloney. I dumped the buyer because he and his wife seemed so in love with the place.
How big is the deposit?
What's the big deal? Why don't you just let me out of this thing, okay?
I can't. I have partners.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he's like, I have partners too.
It was very nice to meet you, but I'm not buying your house.
That guy's a mobster.
She knows why she said yes.
I'll probably let him walk, but that's a negotiation, which he knows full well.
You don't have any partners.
I feel like the wife might be right. I thought she was just being nice, but she knows very well what's going on.
One of us suffers a personal tragedy. We all feel it deeply.
He's like, yeah.
I said 40. You said 5.5. Let's split the difference.
Oh no, what if they come to an agreement and the guys are already gonna get him?
In the interest of putting this shit to bed, that's what it's gonna take. 15.
This is so bad. Killing us off. It's gonna be too late.
But I'm not going no place.
Healthy as a fucking rhino, this guy.
Whoa. Laid on thick. He's still wearing your rings.
I used to feel so superior because so many of my friends had these fucked up divorced parents.
I guess I did too.
Oh no.
I'm not saying I want kids, but if we did, I used to imagine we'd all be together on the holidays, Christmas, all around this big fire.
Oh.
We had a lot of wonderful times as a family.
Yeah, it's not like they've been together for a short time.
All predicated on bullshit.
That's not true. I think you know it.
I do think they love each other a lot.
It was because of Furio, wasn't it? Self-reflection.
I have never been unfaithful to your father.
Daddy was.
This is not something I want to talk about. I'm sorry.
How could you eat shit from him for all those years?
So difficult, right? I can imagine feeling the same way when I was that age. And now I'm married and there's kids involved. And suddenly I'm like, whoa, I think I would take way more shit than I used to because of the preservation of the family, which is weird, but...
I guess that's that, huh?
Things have a momentum of their own.
More is lost by indecision than a wrong decision.
A wise woman said.
Okay, then. You'll hear from me.
Okay, I'm glad they know what the point is now because I don't get it. So it's done.
No more, right? Wrong.
I would be a bad mobster.
With all due love and respect to Kamala, I put her shit out on the curb and let it rain on her.
Whoa, yeah. Whoa.
It's his house as much as it is hers.
More. I paid for it.
Oh my God. See? So the kids are hers because she did all the parenting? Is that how it works now?
My partners and I have decided to let you out of your obligation.
I want my 200 grand by the end of the week.
200 grand was a deposit. Okay.
No, I think I'll buy the house. My family has parties till 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah, he's gonna make your life a living nightmare.
So hair on my head gets mussed, the authorities are gonna know just where to come knocking.
You misread me entirely.
Yeah.
You must think I'm a fucking thug.
Just be forewarned. You're not getting your deposit back.
Ooh. I wonder if his mental well-being is worth that deposit.
I have an appointment with a lawyer, Tony. I will get a restraining order.
A lawyer? Go ahead. Call him. Here.
Don't do this. Don't overplay her.
I'm not leaving here, Carmela.
I don't love you anymore. I don't want you. You are not sleeping in my bed, Tony. The thought of it now makes me sick.
This is so hard to watch. His face. The rubber sound. That was the worst rubber sound I've ever done, but yeah, it's my first time.
Hello? Call it off. The old guy. Yeah? Something don't make sense here. My friend is very anxious to pass the ball, the prick.
I'll offer my guys half of what they'd have got.
I just want you to make sure. I told you that.
So he's safe now. Whether or not it goes through, it's not going to be Tony's responsibility anymore. Seems like a good deal, though, getting half the price for not doing anything.
It's all there. Like we said, you're gonna keep this quiet.
Wait, did he kind of imply, like,
See you around.
to still do it? That it's not going to be on Tony? Because he really said so?
Don't say jack shit to Kaisha about this, or she'll be haunting my ass for that child.
Oh! I'm such a dumb... He's not gonna pay a dime. I come from far, right? Laughing at murder. Damn. This show took my soul.
Hey.
Hi. I was wondering when you were going to move those theater seats down to the garage.
Seriously? You came out here to talk to me about?
It's kind of like you want to talk, but you can't really say that, so you pick another topic.
Pay for the glass! Pay for the glass!
Fuck you.
It's gonna cost you $3. You don't know me at all.
I know you better than anybody, Tony, even your friends, which is probably why you hate me.
Hate you?
Oh, why that smile over your face? Come on.
You think for me it's all about things.
No, I forced all this shit on
you.
What you really crave is a little Hyundai and a simple gold heart on a chain.
You were so fucking hateful.
I do think she wants a lot of things, but I do think a little bit on top of that was also needed for her.
Can I tell you something, Tony? The last year...
No, don't say it.
I have been dreaming and fantasizing and in love with Furio.
Oh my god. Oh, take me away. I don't want to see this. Oh god.
I would look forward to it all night long in bed next to you.
No.
Those nights when you were actually in the bed.
Don't make him dangerous. Oh, don't make him dangerous.
I felt like my heart would come out of my chest.
Girl.
He would smile.
He talked to you all. Poor you.
He made me feel like I mattered.
You know, you asked me the other day what Irene's cousin has that you don't have. And I thought about it because it's a pretty good fucking question. And she's been on her own and she's had to fight.
Unlike me, is that it?
Do you think Carmela hasn't had to fight and struggle?
Who knew all this time you wanted Tracy and Hepburn?
That's not what he wanted, and he shouldn't be saying that.
What about the 1,000 other fucking pigs you had your dick in over the years? The strippers, the cocktail waitresses. Were you best friends with all of them too? You fucking hypocrite.
Oh god. Did I say that this episode is gonna feel like my birthday and a holiday and...
Hello? Hello?
Would you look at that?
The number you are calling was blocked and cannot be called back.
That's a lot. Not unsuspected though.
We are still hopelessly deadlocked.
Let us go, please. It's because they're getting to this one guy, right?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I see that you are hopelessly deadlocked.
It sounds so dramatic, right? We're hopelessly deadlocked.
You may be excused.
Whoa, I think if I was him, I would just faint from all the adrenaline, like, whoa, justice. I remember when I was in law school, I wanted to get a justice tattoo, something related to law school. And my mom was like, what if you get older and you realize that justice is not all that, you know, that it's not, the court system is not all that, you know. And I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, I was young.
Can I move in here?
What's wrong with your room?
I can't take it anymore. Mom's just on my case all the time. My dinner got cold. So I was on the phone with Devin. We had to do an algebra problem.
Liar.
Why do I have to get stuck with her?
Hey, don't talk about your mother like that.
Good.
Well, you don't have to put up with her shit anymore. I heard you tell her off out by the pool.
Great example.
Get that out of your head right now.
Why not?
Because it would hurt her feelings. You don't want to be in her part of the house.
It's good that he's not like, oh yeah, I'm the cool dad, come with me.
Go buy her an OCD she likes and some flowers.
Devin or mom?
Tell her you're sorry. That you're trying to be more considerate.
I like that. Your relationship might be over, but I feel like as parents, the parenting is still always a together thing.
Where you go?
Oh,
Two wonderful friends.
ready to make someone's life miserable, part 1.
The hell?
Drink to me only.
Give me my deposit back. Wow, these guests are so like uncomfortable because like, wow, there's loud music in front of your house. I don't like it here anymore.
You're not going to be happy. I'm out. Well, why could a boss is bad for business?
And they reached an agreement.
Tomorrow I go into work. Creeps on this petty pace. And I take orders from him again? You're that disgusting fucking cocksucker idiot son of his!
Ooh.
I shouldn't be hearing that.
Oh, really?
He's getting a bit out of line there.
I will never, ever reveal any conversation we ever had.
The thing is, we had those conversations. Your mouth was moving along with mine. So now we just go back about our business at the Esplanade like it never happened?
Yeah.
That would be the healthy choice.
Healthy for who?
You.
Why the fuck would I ever trust somebody who would leave me holding my cock like this?
I shouldn't have heard that either.
Huh. But there you go. There's the fucking problem.
He's spiraling a bit.
I still consider you a dear, dear friend.
Whew. That's heavy. And also very unpredictable, I feel like, what he's gonna do.
I've been thinking about things, me living out there, and I decided it's probably not a good idea.
Oh, this is so weird.
What's going on?
Or he's gonna move out, or he's gonna be apologetic.
I was just telling everybody it's probably better if I don't live here anymore.
He's moving out.
Because I wanted to stay in there with you? I won't ask.
He asked to live with you?
Oh, intense.
It's better this way.
He's making the right decision.
Well, you guys could still get back together, maybe.
No, we're still close.
Also, I have a hard time imagining what that must be like when you're their age. When my parents got divorced, I was super young, but my siblings were their age. And in a sense, at that moment, I can imagine that even if you're like 17, 18, early 20s, that it's still, that at that point, you suddenly feel like a little kid again. And that safety that you have from your parents being together just, yeah. Oh.
Fucking gangster asshole!
Oh, some midnight tunes. Dude, give the deposit back. Like, get out of this mess. This is just the beginning. Wow. This was a lot. And it's crazy how this show about gangsters and mobsters can have such heavy episodes following the marriage that's breaking down, right? Because it has nothing to do with killing and all of that. It's not that, ooh, violence, ooh, shock to the system. I think that feeling that we all feel, like what Meadow was saying, is that I think everybody wants that safety from a partnership, and in whatever form, right? It might not be looking exactly the same for everybody, and you might have little tweaks and that kind of stuff, but just the comfort of opening yourself up to someone, you don't do that thinking that it's going to be a short-term thing, I think. I've heard someone say once, at one point you've been together so long that you kind of have proven that there is a kind of compatibility. Unless it was toxic from in the beginning. I feel like with them that wasn't the case. So they do have compatibility, but certain things, how do they say, like a death by 1,000 cuts? It might be the cheating with certain people, but it might also just be the cheating continues and continues, and then the combination, I think, of being called in your own home, where the cheating is infiltrating your personal life. Well, you're trying to be like, this is something that's going on, but I ignore it. It doesn't influence me in that sense. Then suddenly it comes into your home, it reaches your kids. With the combination of getting strong feelings for somebody else, that combination of everything is like too much. And then it just explodes. But it's hard to watch them because you can clearly see that they've had this dynamic of giving items, giving gifts, like for love. But I feel like that might work for people. They say that gift giving is a love language. Some people might say constantly that they love you all the time, but they don't give gifts. Somebody else might not be able to say it that much, but they give you gifts to show it. And I feel like that's definitely something that Tony tried to do. And I think that something was that Carmela loved too. We've seen it time and time again where she completely cheered up. And I also don't think that is a bad thing if it works for both of you. But what I struggle with so much is that dynamic where you see that a couple chooses that one person is a homemaker and one person is the one that brings in the finances, the money. And then after so many years, there comes this resentment of, oh, this person that is staying at home, they don't have anything to say, they don't have a good story. You need to kind of choose, like the good thing about having a homemaker is that you always have that meal that is ready for you. Your kids are being taken care of. I feel like Carmela is a brilliant wife homemaker. I feel like that's her job and I feel like she did it very well. But that comes with all the stories that you are telling are having to do with your home and your kids, and might sound more nagging or something, I don't know. While if you would be out of the house all the time, you had different experiences with coworkers or your boss or stress or a case, or there's different stories. But I feel like that's not necessarily a bad thing if you don't have that. It's just a choice, right? Whatever works for your family. But it's just frustrating to see that after so many years, it's like, well, yeah, these other women are more interesting. Well, if you would have married those women and they would have stayed home with your kids all day long, they also wouldn't have those things. So you need to choose. You can't have a woman that's at home and making the meals and cleaning the house and taking care of the kids and looking nice all the time and being happy all the time and smiley all the time and wanting sex all the time and also want to have a job and be good at the job and be financially independent. And it's hard. I noticed myself hoping that it would at one point twist, but maybe it's not, right? Maybe it's broken. And I don't know what that's like when it snaps, right? I've never been in that position. And I also think there might be a crucial point where one kid is out of the house already, the other one is on the verge of moving out. Then suddenly you fall back on your relationship without kids. And I think that for many people, that is super disruptive. Like, what do we have in common still? And I think we have a kid that's little. And I noticed myself already falling in the role of mom. And also towards my partner, like, we are mom and dad. You need to not forget the two of you, what the two of you have without the kid. And that, I can imagine that after 20 years, I find it hard to comment, right? Because I think there's this thing with maturity and aging, and there's certain things in life that I think you only learn by going through life, and I feel so inadequate to comment on this. Like, I'm only married for a couple of years, only have a little kid. I can't talk on annoyances that have been building up, or things like infidelity, or of course her lifestyle is super unique as well. I think her falling in love with somebody else might have been the thing that made her stop wanting to deal with the things that she was dealing with for the longest time. And then maybe when the kids are not at home anymore, you might be wondering, like, why would I put in the effort, right? He's not gonna be here. He's not gonna be faithful. Other women are more interesting. Man, sad. I'm wondering what's gonna happen with Johnny next season, because that seemed like a very unstable situation. Also an interesting perspective. What if you, because you always watch the show from the number one, from the mob boss, but not really from the number two. And what if he gets unhappy? I feel like he spoke out of turn very much to Tony about how unhappy he was with his own boss. Like, that's dangerous, because I also don't think the other mob boss is gonna be wanting to take him on afterwards if he knows that you want to kill your own mob boss, right? It's not a good track record. I get his frustration totally, but I think it would have been super good to say, we never talked about this, Tony. no worries, we're good, and just stay in line. But what do I know? This was a really good season. I'm wondering about the next one though, because we still have 2 seasons to go, and it seems so hard to imagine this show with Tony and Carmela not being together. It's so destabilizing. I even noticed that, like, I'm just a viewer of a show and I'm like, wow, but you guys have been together forever. Sometimes even like in the media, right? I feel so superficial, but you see couples that have been together forever and then they break up and you're like, no. Well, it's like, why do I care? I think it's like craving for wanting stability, and you're like looking at others and you're like, oh my God, if you guys can't do it, can anybody, right? Because it's just mortal souls, or just at the beginning, and can we do it? And that's what we hope for, right? I love that they implement stuff like this. I feel like this is why this show is so good. It's not just about the mob. It's about very humanly feelings that everybody is feeling or being scared of or nervous about or wanting to. And just seeing them fight. Oh, seeing the kids being heartbroken about it. Oh, but then again, I also know that like my parents got divorced when I was very little, and now they've always been super mature about it. Don't talk each other, working together still as parents, although the relationship was over. And now they both have a long-term new partner. They're both very happy. We're all very happy. Everybody gets along great. So it's hard because maybe this is for the better in the long term. Thank you for being here on this journey with me. I'm so glad I'm able to do this. I'm so glad I'm able to share this. This is deep stuff and not easy stuff. And I'm glad that I'm watching this, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next season. As always, there's more episodes available on Patreon, early access, the edited versions, full-length versions. So also exclusive shows. So if you want to see just more, you cannot wait for something else, go make sure to check out Patreon, because there's always something more to watch. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!